All right, guys. It is May 15th, 9 o'clock p.m., and we are live streaming now. So, see that Stanley O'Rourke has already left a comment um, saying, "Hey, Greg, I believe Stanley is from the UK. Don't know if he's still in the chats, or I don't know if he's still present or not, but I guess we'll find out pretty soon." All right. Santa Tom is here. Well, Santa looks like you. I keep calling you Santa for good reason, I guess. Good to see you here. Right now, you're the only one here, so thanks for joining me. Makes this a little less awkward, but I guess you know what you probably know what this feels like, right? Um, June 1st is getting closer and closer. Um, yeah, Twitch Beard is here. Just hit that like button. Yes, please do. All right. Says, "What's up, Greg?" Everyone in the chat. Okay, so Stanley is here. It's good to hear. Good to see you, Stanley. Good to see you too, Twitch. Uh, do have a few things I want to talk about tonight um, as we move further into the live stream. 10 common misconceptions, not a real deep subject, and then we'll also look at some beards, different beard styles, and you guys can rate them, or you can tell me which ones you like, or you can tell me which ones you have, and we'll just have fun with that. It's something I like to do. I'm gonna guess that everyone that has a beard that's watching this probably does the same thing I do. You go on Instagram and you gawk at different kinds of beards. Uh, think to yourself, is that the one I want? We're gonna look at some. We're gonna look at some tonight. Well, good evening, Trey. Good to see you here. You got here earlier tonight. Oh, see, the last couple times, um, you got in kind of late, and no big deal. I think it was you, right? Not sure. Obviously, Twitch is known by Santa Tom, likewise. Tom, I got to get you on here. I've told Twitch that, and I've told Gary that. Actually, I've told all of my viewers that I want to get you guys on here as just, not use my viewers, but, get my viewers on here as guests to kind of make it a little more like a community, and everybody can feel like they're involved as much as they want to be. Some people obviously are not going to want to go on camera. Some people are shy. Santa Tom's Santa Tom's very, very shy, so it might be kind of hard to get him on here. No, he's not. I love his work. He's got a great voice. He's got a great way, great presentation, and I think he's like, listen, if I didn't know any better, and maybe he is, I would think he's a professional speaker. Like, he would be one of these people who does TED Talks and stuff like that. Yeah, and he probably should be. Stanley says, representing Baldwin in the chat. Yep, that's right, man. That is right. Guys, let me know if my lighting is too bright or too dim. I'll go back and watch a few minutes of my live stream just to see if everything is as it should be, what I need to improve and whatnot. And my last live stream, I was watching on the TV, and I thought to myself, the lights look a little too bright. I don't know if it showed up that way on everybody's screen. I mean, sometimes it just depends on what you're watching it on too. But let me know if there's any kind of changes that I could make for the better. I've toyed with these lights long before I got on here, and it just I kept changing my mind about what I wanted to do with this. So while we're kind of hanging out, while we're kind of hanging out, I'll run this video here of well, this is the Tampa River Walk. I mean, I made this around Christmas time a couple years ago, and I just had a lot of fun. I want to go back and remake this video. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to make, and but I've got a much better. You see, it was made in November 26th, 2022. Yeah, so real close to Christmas time. But Tampa River Walk is something you can stroll down. It's about a two. I think it's about a 2 mile walk one way, 4 miles round trip, and I love, I absolutely love this river walk at night. The way that the bridge is all lit up, as you can see here, it changes colors. Just absolutely beautiful. Yeah. I didn't mean to do that. I think I expanded my screen too much. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Need to monkey with this a little bit. But yeah, maybe I should turn the sound on this thing a little bit. I do have music playing in it though, so I probably won't. Oh, so Santa Tom says that's very kind. At first I read that I need to put my glasses on because at first I read that as that's very kind lighting. I was like, that's an interesting adjective to use for lighting. uh, well, I mean, you deserve it. You deserve it, Tom. You are very good at what you do. But like you said, the lighting looks great. Okay, good, good. That's good to know. The bearded Dan says, "Oh, well, first of all, I are you new to this live stream? 'Cause I don't know if I've seen you before. If I have, forgive me." So, hi, Greg. 2 a.m. in the UK here. Normally in bed when you do your lives, but luckily, okay. So maybe you've been here before, but 2 a.m. Wow. Well, thanks for being here. Just time. I understand if you can't stick around for the whole thing. I usually for about 2 hours. I certainly don't expect that, but if you can't sleep, joining us is not a bad idea. And so, oh, Twitch seems to know, or maybe he's just getting acquainted here with this. Yeah, yeah. I forgot that I'm not actually on the screen. Forgive me, guys. I forgot that I'm not actually on the screen. So Harry was talking the whole time. I'm looking into the camera. I'm really looking into the camera, and then I look over and realize I've got this. I got this other thing. I forgot to take it off of full screen. So yeah, you Stanley and Dan are both from the UK. Johnny's here again. Good to see you, Johnny. Always good to see you, man. Man, you've been hanging out with me for a long time, haven't you? Either on Instagram or YouTube, one or the other. I can't remember. Maybe both. Yeah, but yeah, you've been hanging out with me for a long time. It seems like. So, anyway, yeah, but if you ever make it to Central Florida, Tampa Bay area, go visit this Tampa River Walk. A lot of things happen here, good and bad. So Johnny's saying YouTube primarily. Okay. Just want to make sure. Wade is here. Good to see you, Wade. Good to see you. I'm just telling these guys here. I don't know how much you've heard, but this is the Tampa River Walk they have shown on this other screen. We're going to be talking about 10 common misconceptions and taking a look at some beards, trying to find out what we want to do with our faces next. Maybe not. So yeah. Now for you guys, if you probably know this already because most of you guys are my regulars, but if any of you want to know what kind of beard products I use, look at the ticker down below. Those are some of the beard product companies that I'm affiliated with. I have the name of the company, and then in parentheses right after that is the code to save you some money should you go to their site and get yourself anything. So Johnny says, also, Greg, you have my glasses again. I've been looking all over for them this morning. You know, you know what's funny? I mean, I know this is not what you're saying, but this happened to make me think of something I saw just a few hours earlier on Reddit. There's a there's a thread that was talking about weird things. This guy shows his iPhone. He shows the face of his iPhone and it's locked. He says, "I woke up to my iPhone locked this morning and I live by myself." Insinuating that um, someone has gotten into his home while he was asleep and tried to use his iPhone. That is creepy. That is creepy. Maybe he did it. Maybe he did it in his sleep, or maybe he's just lying about it. Um, yeah, I don't know, but that would be creepy. Have you guys ever had anything creepy happen like that to you? Like someone, if you've been by yourself and you wake up and find out something's moved, or maybe someone's attempted to unlock your phone and now it's locked for a while because, man, I don't know. I would have some real strong feelings about that. Oh, Twitch, you're working. That's right. You work from home, don't you? You work remotely. Yeah. And now we have a commercial. Let me take a look at that. Get that off of there. Well, I can't at the moment. It's not even let me. It's not even let me bypass it. Oh, here we go. All right. Take another look at this right here. Oh man, I my my comment feed is like going by way too fast. I'm trying to scroll. It's real touchy on this thing. Oh, okay. I think I've already shown this one, right? Oh no, 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 no. No, Stanley, I have not been to London, but I really, really want to go. Really want to go. I would love to become acquainted. I mean, I watch a lot of walk tour videos of London, and I get a kick out of them. I'd love to go to Scotland and visit all sorts of places over there. It intrigues me, you know. I would like to say, I'm tempted to say, and I'm going to say it right now anyway. Oh yeah, my family going back generations comes from England, but doesn't just about everybody's? It seems like, right? What's funny though, Stanley, is that uh, there's a guy that I know. I haven't talked to him in several years, but he's from Scotland, and he he went back over to Scotland to visit, and he sent me a picture of a pub. It says Boswell Pub, and I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if the name is that common over there or not, but yeah, I watch a channel where it's a father and son, and the father is a little bit older. He's probably like, I don't know, 60, mid 60s. I don't know, something like that. Tall guy, real cool guy. Him and his son both. His son's probably like 35, something like that. And they both ride motorcycles. And so what they do is they review all these motorcycles. A lot of them are Royal Enfields and not very many Harleys. They have some other, Japanese made bikes, but there's a lot of Royal Enfield bikes but they show them riding through the countryside and all that from place to place. And it's just fascinating to me. I just love the scenery that you get over there. It's different. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if from over there would ever come over here and go, I don't know, it's about the same. I don't think so, especially in Florida. So tonight I am drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade, black cherry. Actually, I haven't started drinking it yet, but I am. I don't have one of these very often. I mean, I hardly drink anything at all. I mean, alcohol wise. But yeah. So Here's an interesting little part. Very pretty. This is a I guess you'd call it a boardwalk there on the Tampa River Walk. It's very, very active. You can ride your bike down there. You can do all sorts of things. And then they have like Curtis Hickson Park off to the side. They have what's some kind of entertainment center. I can't remember what that's called. Very popular. It's a little further. And there's the WFLA building, Channel 8 building, right across from the water. And then somewhere in the vicinity, maybe I've already walked past, I don't know. But then you have what do I want to call it? A big museum, uh, a plant museum, something like that. Henry B. Plant Museum. And right here we have this boat riding up. There's a number of these boats that kind of skitter by, and they're generally pretty loud. But it's just I had a lot of fun. I keep saying I'm going to go back, and I just haven't done it yet. Eh, it'll happen. I'll make it happen. Especially now that I've done this on here. Yeah, Twitch. I think the black cherry is my favorite one. They've been drinking these cranberry ones. I guess they're called hard cranberry or something. I haven't tried one of them yet. I don't like the lemonade flavored ones. Yeah. Roger and Hannah are here. Oh, one or the other. Yeah, it is a beautiful river walk. Have you been there? It's a great place to go. And then especially on that night, Roger, that I went, you get down to the very end, and they have the armature, and they just have a whole bunch of things going on. They have restaurants and just tons of people. It got a little too busy for me at some point. And Thomas is here. Hey, Thomas. Oh, so Roger says if you go visit the UK, visit the Cotswolds. That was Hannah's favorite. So you guys have been there, huh? Okay, I'm jealous. I really want to go. But I really want to go a lot of places. I live vicariously through walk tour videos, especially if I don't know if you guys have ever watched pro walk tours on YouTube. Man, he's the best. He's absolutely the best. He puts a lot into the production of his videos there. So yeah, here we go. Here we got another section of the river walk where it looks purple. You want to chew some great bubble yum. But I like looking at the Tampa Bay skyline too. It's pretty at night. I mean, Tampa's not my favorite place, but yeah. So Roger is from the UK. I don't think I knew that. Maybe I might have heard that before, but I don't recall it. So Aaron's here. Aaron from Japan. I don't worry about it, man. We just started like 19 minutes ago. Just 19 minutes ago. So it's probably still, you say you had a class this morning, but it's probably still like what? Mid-morning or about noon there? So all right. So let me talk to you guys about these, and this is just a short little article I found. I'm gonna pause this video. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it in a few minutes. But I found this neat little article. Well, I'd say neat. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, but it gives us something to talk about. Or did I get rid of it by accident? Where'd it go? Where did it go? Sorry, guys. I had it up here. It like disappeared. All right, let me just go ahead and put it in the search engine again because um it just disappeared. I don't know what the heck is going on. No, I don't want 10 common misconceptions about evolution. No, I don't. I don't care. What the heck? Why is it I didn't put that in there. You know, Google, I don't need you to fill in that much for me. Well, and you know what? I don't even remember the source now. I don't remember what it was. Hmm, I don't know. I might have to go back and retitle my video because it's just gone. You know, I hate that. I hate that when that happens. Oh my word. So now when I look it back up, it's just what was I on? I'm kind of wasting time here doing this, but I do have another. Listen, I have another story I can share with you guys. Um, this is kind of strange right here. Let me get back to here. I'll show you. Yeah, woman addicted to woman addicted to eating her own hair has giant hairball with tail removed from her stomach. Now, have you ever heard of this before? The reason why I clicked onto this earlier tonight was because do you remember that show called A Thousand Ways to Die? I think it's what it's called, A Thousand Ways to Die. There was a video on there. Something on there they showed where a woman had the habit of chewing on her hair and she would swallow it. Well, hair doesn't digest because it has keratin in it. You know, the same thing you have in your fingernails. It doesn't digest, so it just goes to the bottom. Well, she was vomiting. She couldn't eat her food. The hair in her stomach was blocking. Of course, they didn't know that until they took her into the hospital. But she died. I think that's how it worked. She died. Maybe they just did an autopsy and found out that's what she had in her stomach. But nevertheless, um, yeah, you eat your hair, you could die. You get a hairball. And what's funny is that when I was a kid, I remember back in the 80s, there was a girl in our church in high school, but she was in our church and she would sit in the back with some of the guys and she would like take her hair and she'd like chomp on in her mouth. And it was just so unattractive, right? So I what we found out was that girls back then were lacing their hair with angel dust, and that's how they were consuming it. Yeah. So anyway, so this is what it says here. I don't think this is the real person, obviously, an attractive woman, but she doesn't look like she eats her hair. It says a woman was addicted to pulling out and eating her own hair. A woman who was addicted to pulling out and eating her own hair had a giant hairball measuring 15 centimeters removed from her stomach, according to a medical journal. And it says the 30-year-old. I'll see, this is doing something to me now it didn't do before. I guess I just kept it on here too long. Anyway, she was suffering from nausea, vomiting, and extremely swollen abdomen when she arrived at the hospital in the US. And they're going to make me register to read more. I'm not going to do that. I already know what happens. She lost 15 pounds and whatnot, but it all comes down to this one thing. You shouldn't eat your hair, right? I mean, that's pretty obvious, but it's because there's keratin in it and you can't digest that. It just becomes a hairball. You're not a cat. You can't just puke it up. And I have plenty of cats that I have to experience that with, and it's just yeah, disturbing. But you don't get the luxury of doing that. Yeah. Yeah. It's odd. Let me get back to my comments. So that's the tip for today. Don't eat your hair. Don't eat your beard. I mean, maybe you have to keep your mustache trimmed down to keep from eating it, but Mike is here. And good to see you, Micah. Twitch says there's a show I believe is called My Strange Addiction. Have you seen it? I think I have. I think I have seen it. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's. I saw where this guy was like in love with his car. Basically, he's humping his car and kissing the muffler. I think. Have you? One person ate rocks. One drink air freshener Glade cans. You know what? It's the thinning of the herd. That's what I say. The thinning of the herd. Oh, so you got people saying hi to each other. I don't know why I put that on the screen. Because I'm a rookie. That's why. I'm a rookie. Boy, that really kind of chaps my hide. Rubs my rhubarb. That story just disappeared. And then the other story I was just sharing, they cut it off. It's just these things these things are weird. But nevertheless, let's get back to something else entirely different. And that is beards. Well, I mean, yeah, let's talk about beards. Let's talk about. I found some good ones, guys. Listen, this is gonna be a dandy here. Uh, all right. Oh, I forgot to add it here. Share this tab instead. All right. Well, we're gonna do that. Here we are. This is on Instagram on Beards for All. There's a lot of pages you can go on. Let me make this bigger for you guys here, and I'll just kind of move my arrow around and leave your comments down below on this because I'm interested in seeing what you guys think. There are some strange ones here, like this one right here. Well, no, not that one. That's not strange. That's not what I meant to do. This guy right here in the middle. His Look at the shape of that beard. It's a short video. Look at this. Now, it's cool looking. I just don't know that I'd want to walk around with it. That mustache is killer, though. I just can't imagine how hard that would be to maintain that shape. And maybe you wouldn't need to. I mean, I guess with it growing out, it would still have a nice shape, even if it didn't retain the sharpness. But I've literally never seen anybody with this exact same shape of a beard. It is nice and crisp. It is very, I mean, those lines are nice, very nice. And that's the thing about bigger beards. I don't like big beards that, when they're coming down to, oh, you guys can't see me, can you? I forgot. Sorry, guys. I don't like, I mean, let me get back to what I'm saying here. Okay, what I was saying was I don't like it when guys grow their beards out, down to their chest, and they're just down like this. You know what I mean? They're just straight down. I To me, they should come out just a little bit like that last guy's, right? It should come out fan out just a little bit, like almost like a bell shape. I think that's cool. Yeah, I think that's cool. I've got more here, guys, by the way. Oh boy. The guy's dad was way mad at him. Okay. And what else we have here? Oh, he looks like the one in the hats. Which hats are you talking about? Is it that No Shave Life? Is that what you're talking about? The No Shave Life hats? Yeah, possibly. Okay, so let's get back to this page here, and I want to show you some more. But that was a neat beard. I do like this look. We were talking about goatees the other night, but this guy really pulls it off. The hat is a nice touch. Like I said, hats and beards go together very well. But he's got this killer mustache to go along with it, and that just looks right. Everything about that looks right. This is kind of a macho look, the bald and bearded look. This guy wears it well. It's not overdone. It's not too coiffed. He looks like he just walks around looking cool all day. And now, to me, this beard is nice, but it's a little too wide, in my opinion. That's what I think. A little too wide. It is a nice beard, though. And it's like, look at the improvement this guy made right here. His was so thin and down at the bottom that to cut it shorter was an improvement. That could have been mitigated by simply not trimming the neckline. That wouldn't have been as thin. But maybe he just didn't want that. Maybe it's just been a long time since he had his beard trimmed. And this guy right here, I love this beard. Look at that. It's not too straight. You can see the waves and the curls. You can tell he doesn't apply heat. And this guy's using scissors to cut it. There is a difference, guys, when you use scissors as opposed to electric trimmers. And a lot of people don't realize that. George Bruno spent some time talking about that in some of his earlier videos, but that's a nice length right there. I'm kind of leaning towards going with that. I think I remember this one from a while back. I kind of like the length of his beard. I wish he wasn't cutting it. But yeah, he's going to town on that. But I'm sure once he gets it all cleaned up, it'll look great. Yeah. Okay, so here's another one I like a lot. Now, I don't know that I want my beard looking like this necessarily, but this is a very natural looking beard, and he pulls it off well. I like the picture on the left better than the picture on the right. And he's got a Live Bearded t-shirt on. I've got that same t-shirt. It's one of my favorite t-shirts, by the way. You can get that with my code, Kratos, when you go to Live Bearded. And he just wears that really well. Okay. Let me try something here. Try something real quick and tell me. Here, I keep looking into the camera, acting like I can, like you guys can see me. Forget that I went full screen. That if you want me to put these pictures back up on full screen, I will do that so you can see them better. That's the reason I did that way. But anyway, yeah, this is a nice beard. I mean, the camera's sideways. He's turning it upright. That's a nice looking beard too. Salt and pepper. It's got a great shape to it. Cheek line looks fantastic. And he's got his sideburns coming to a point up there. The mustache blends into the rest of the beard. I like that. That's a job well done. Look at this guy's eyebrows. His eyebrows look great. I mean, you can tell the barber did something with those. Let's take a look at a few. Honestly, guys, this is an endless page. Endless page. That's a nice beard too. I'll tell you what, it's just right. If any more was done to that beard, it would be too much. It would be too thin. But he took off just the right amount to keep it from being too thin. To me, the sideburns are a little too cut too close, but maybe not. It still looks great, but it's blending in with the fade he's got on the side. Great haircut too, man. Obviously, I can't pull that off. Now here's a cool look. Maybe it's the glasses. I'm sure you guys have seen pictures on my Instagram page of me when I had my bigger beard, had my glasses like that. I think the round glasses are a really cool look, especially with the bigger beard. This is really nice right here. So I have never actually sported a beard with this kind of a line in it. There's a guy at work that did this, and when I saw it for the first time, I was like, "What the heck is that?" Where it just kind of goes across the back. I mean, you can see it for yourself. Hardly anybody does this, but this guy pulls it off really, really well. His mustache is cut short in the front. It's nice and trimmed, but he's still got he's still got him curling up on the sides there. If you've seen, I think George Bruno has a very similar beard right now. That guy can pull off any style of beard, I swear. That's a nice. That's a really nice look, though, and the beard comes down to, like, a triangle almost. Yeah, that is nice. Let's see what this guy's got going on. He looks like Yukon Cornelius Jack from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's nice. Let me see. I'm looking at a couple of your comments here. Skip is in the house. Aaron, I don't know when I'm coming to Japan. I would love. Can I? Maybe I'll come tomorrow. I don't know. Uh, I'd love to get away like that. Lewis, it's nice to see you back here too. He says, "Sorry, I'm like turning to the side here, but I'm looking at two different screens." Lewis, what's up, Greg? How you doing, man? I haven't been on the lives because my phone was off, but just paid the bills, so got it back on. How have you been, man? I've been watching the lives late, like the next day. Oh, cool. You know the replays on the live streams get pretty good views actually. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Glad you got your phone back on, and I'm glad you're here tonight. That's cool. We're just perusing through these beards to see what's cool. Tell me, guys, if you have a beard similar to any of these individuals we're taking a look at here. And then, of course, um, yeah, this is really nice. I've never seen a barber cut someone's beard or trim someone's beard standing up like this. See, the way he's cutting this makes me a little nervous. Just a little nervous, but he's doing a good job. Those are nice. I can't say I'm a big fan of that line on the side. And to me, it's a little too narrow, but it's just my opinion. But I do like it is still a nice beard. Um, here's a guy that this looks promising. Look at that. That's sweet. As a sweet beard. Twitch says I have yet to find a barber who can trim like in those videos. I know. I know. It's see, this is the thing. So Twitch, here's the thing. When I had a big beard before and I got to my 6-month point, or at least that was how big it was at that point. I found a guy to trim my beard. He did a really good job. His name is Matt Gifted Hands. He's in Largo, Florida. And he's over there, Land Lakes area. I found him on Instagram and I called him. I said, "Hey, I've seen your videos on YouTube. Can you do this?" And he says, "Yeah." I went over and he did it. And I didn't think he charged me enough money, so I like gave him double or triple the amount he asked for. And he did such a wonderful job in my beard. He actually cuts John Cena's hair. John Cena is his client. But yeah, this is nice. But Matt is he's really struggling with some health problems right now. Yeah, this is a nice sized beard. And I kind of do. Oh, that's a nice line. Ooh, that is nice. And the way this barber is approaching this is a little unorthodox. The way they're holding, oh, that looks good. Wow, I like that. The way he was holding that trimmer would have made me nervous if I'd been sitting in that chair. Rather unorthodox, but man, after seeing that, I would trust this guy with my beard. What about you? Hmm. Let me look at a couple of your things here. Let me look at this while I'm doing that. All right, Aaron says tomorrow is good. Let me check the flights. A good barber is hard to buy stateside, even harder in Japan. Really? You know, I guess I kind of thought in Japan it would have been like an art form, an art form over there to cut hair. It seems like everything they do good. Twitch says, Aaron, I agree. No, man, I bet it's even harder in Japan, out in Japan. So Lewis is asking me, what is my favorite beard oil? I don't have one favorite beard oil. And you're asking for my top 5. Well, it's pretty much what you see in the ticker down below. I know there's a lot of other ones out there. I've tried the ones I like. I don't have room to put all the companies, and I've dropped some of them, and I'm looking for others to take their place. But that what you see in the ticker there is the ones I really like a lot. This guy's got kind of a cool look. It looks like it. I don't know. Yeah, he's got kind of a cool look. The beard could be a little bit longer though. Ah, look at this. I thought this was gonna be a video. I do like. Here's what I like about this beard. I don't necessarily like the shape. I wouldn't want it on me. It works for him because look at the texture of his hair on his head. I've never seen such similar matching texture between head hair and beard hair. And the the color of his beard is very uniform up until you get around the mouth area. That's kind of a cool look. This guy's got a very naturally curly beard. I would reshape that though if I was him. Hope these people don't come hunting me down. I'll just say not a fan of this one. Just too. Oh, he changed it. Did he? Okay, that looks good. That looks really good. I don't even know they're all the same people now because they're showing this guy. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same barber doing all of them, but these do look really good. I just don't know the way they fan out. Maybe when they stand up, it'll kind of come together a little bit more. I don't know. It's a little too wide on the bottom. Okay, so this guy right here, I believe I actually follow him. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram, Gray French Bearded. I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't in a while on Instagram, so I don't know if he's still around doing anything or not. And I think I follow this guy too. Let's look at some more. Okay, so okay, this is the video I was thinking of. I have mixed feelings about this guy's beard because I don't know. I like it, but see, I don't like the before. It is too much. I think the woman did a really good job. Yeah, she actually. Yeah, okay, I do like it. I do like it. He kept the size, but it's really cleaned up. And man, she managed to really bring out the character of that beard nicely without overdoing it and without using heat. That's the thing about some of these beards that they look really straight is I don't like the heat. I mean, I'll do it sometimes, but not all the time. Here's a cool look. Maybe it's the hat. Nice wide beard though, but short. Short on the shorter side, medium side, I should say. Yeah, that's a nice one too. I think the cheek line's a little too low. What do you guys think? Hmm. Here's a nice executive looking, not quite medium beard, but not really short either. That's a nice looking beard. Pulls that one off well. Here's another guy standing up. Maybe maybe it's the same one from earlier. I don't know. Just really odd to me that someone would stand up to trim your beard or have you stand up to trim it. Hmm. I'm looking for some that really stand out to me. Can't. I don't have it turned up or anything. I have a feeling they're speaking a foreign language or something. Hmm. No, that's nice. Cool looking glasses. But I do like his beard looks about the same size as mine right now, as far as the length goes. It looks about the same length, about 18 millimeters. Yeah, Twitch is saying you can do cold dry instead of heat. Yeah, you can, and the cold dry, especially if you use the what they call the cool shot button, will help really lock it in place and keep it looking nice. Sometimes I actually prefer using cool if I'm gonna use any kind of air at all, sometimes I actually prefer using cool air as opposed to hot air, especially if I g have you ever had one of those days when you wake up, you go look in the mirror, and most days it's all messed up. You go look in the mirror like, "Wow, that looks good. I just woke up, it looks really good, and I'm gonna keep it this way the rest of the day. I'm not gonna wash it. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do a thing to it." And you comb it out, you brush it out, do whatever, and it looks good for a while, and then a couple hours later, you're like, "Yeah, maybe I should have done something because it just doesn't stay." But I don't know where I was going with that, but that's um that's what happens to me sometimes. Okay, here's kind of a cool looking beard. That's a nice shape. I had a beard one time that was very similar to that when it was longer. Hmm. I forgot to take off that comment on the screen. Let me go back and take that off. Oh man, where's that at? Here we go. Let me see what you guys are up to here. Let me kind of catch up with the comments. So what? Uh, okay, so you were saying Twitch. I follow this guy, and he does cool live streams on. Oh, you're talking to somebody else, probably. I don't know. I think so. Twitch is telling Lewis to grab some Bay Area. I'll tell you what, you're right. Twitch Bay Area, man. I think Bay Area Beard Company might be my favorite right now. I guess if I was gonna have to like really narrow it down, Matt's got like some of the best stuff ever. I swear. I kind of forgot that I should have said that. Um, so Aaron's saying, please allow me to encourage you again to get larger external displays so that all your windows and apps will be in one place, so you don't have to need to pick up your laptop just to read a comment. Well, I don't have the room, and I don't have money, and I don't have. I just don't have the means to do it right now. I really want to. Well, I won't. I really want several of my kids to just like move out so I can take the room and turn it into a studio. Hey, Skip. I don't know if I acknowledged you yet or not, but good to see you here. Which trim were you talking about? Which one did you like the most? Foreign languages can be annoying. I have all my devices connect to a server in Dallas, Texas. Oh, well, that's above my pay grade. Oh, Trey says he's wearing Artius Man Lager tonight. Oh, that's a good one. That that is what I like about that. It has that nice wood scent to it, and it's not as strong as that 3 wood. It's a little more subtle, so it's just really nice to wear around all day long. No, it won't be offensive to anybody else's nose. I really like it a lot. Hmm. So, oh, the guy with the shorter trim, clean look. Yeah, I know the guy with the suit on, right? Yeah, I agree. That's a really nice beard. Twitch is saying I got Copper John's oil pensacola in. Okay. I saw that Copper John was doing a live stream tonight. He might still be on right now. Aaron says, I turn my kitchen into a studio of sorts. You just have to get creative. Well, I also I lack privacy with everybody that's here, so it's it's really tough. I'm doing good to make do with what I have. So Trey says that's the latest one I bought. Lager. That's a good choice. Really, almost anything you get from Artie's Man's gonna be a good choice, but Lager is really nice. My favorite and least favorite beard personalities on YouTube. My favorite, I don't know. Because I really don't watch a lot of beard content. I mean, I know that's what we're talking about here, but it's been a long time since I've sat down and watched a beard channel. I mean, you'd think, right? You think that's what I would do, but I don't. I did in the early days. I think it sounded like I went through a war or something, but no, I just mean that it's been a long time. I mean, I started off watching George Bruno, and I still like him. He's still one of my favorites, but he doesn't make a lot of beard content. Um, I just don't. I don't know, man. I as far as the ones I don't like, mm, I don't know if I want to say. I don't know if I want to say who I don't like because there's not very many of them. Like I said, I don't watch enough of them to even not like some. You know what I mean? I can think of one that I don't like that much, but I don't know. The Sultan of Silver, he's great, man. Yes, George Bruno. Um, Melissa goes live on Cooper's channel for an hour. Also, he's probably off now. The Bearded Respect is on right now, and Trace Amigos goes on before Melissa. The Bearded Respect, I don't know if I've heard of that one. Yeah. Anyway, let me look at a couple of these other beards here. This is what I'll do sometimes, though. I mean, I may not watch a lot of beard videos, but I will peruse Beard for All and some of these other ones. There's so many of these uh, Instagram pages with this. This is kind of a nice look. Cigar is cool. Oh, this is nice right here. That is a nice. That's almost the perfect length right there in my estimation. Cool haircut. That is such a nice. Let me go bigger on this. That is such a nice haircut with that beard. A mustache is perfect. It's a good looking guy. The sideburns are done well. Everything blends in perfectly. I want to know who did his beard. Well, it says Petroleum Barber Shop. Wonder where that's at. I'm gonna click onto it. Petroleum Barber Shop. Ah, probably Italy. See that? Rome. See, this is the thing. Every time I find, I swear, every time I find something I like that, a barber that I like, they're always in Norway, Sweden, Italy, always places like that. And it's like, well, I'm never going to find anybody that can do it, which is why I try to teach myself. I mean, that's the whole reason I do it. I got to scroll further on down here, kind of catch it to where I was. I didn't know they're going to start me back at the beginning. Uh, that's kind of a cool look. Although the beard does blend in with his clothing. Nice glasses though. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Hmm. I see a lot of longer beards on here. Sometimes you get a rash of the shorter ones. And this guy right here, oh, that's okay. This is gray French bearded also. I don't know when this picture was. I don't know if it's a recent one or not, but this is actually, I think, shorter for him. Yeah, that's a shorter beard for him. How did I get on that one? Okay, that's nice also. Done well, and he's keeping some of the hair on his head, just close to the head, but I don't know. I would shave all that off, but well, hey, whatever. The beard makes it look cool anyway. He doesn't need to. He can pretty much do anything he wants with that beard. Um, so do you guys like the longer or shorter beards more? This guy right here looks bad to the bone, doesn't he? Like you don't want to kick his motorcycle over, which is what it looks like. He probably rides a Harley. You don't want to back into his motorcycle. This is look at this short beard. Okay, it's almost a little too clean. Almost a little because I think the cheek line is too low, but it does look sharp, especially around the chin area. That looks so clean. That mustache looks great. Ah, yeah, looks nice. Um, what's this guy doing? Let me go back and look at some of your comments here. But tonight's a little bit different, isn't it? I couldn't be more casual, I think. I think this might be the most casual one I've had. I tried to get Eric to come on tonight with me, but he is over in Disney World. Matty Conrad. Okay, isn't he the one that makes beard trimming tutorials, but he's an actual barber himself? I think I know who you're talking about. Um, yeah, that makes complete sense because at a certain point, everyone just keeps recycling the same ideas and it gets exhausting, so you just go away. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. Okay, so Trey's commenting on some of the ones in real time there. Skip makes a comment about Italy, I guess. I'm having a hard time not scrolling past these too fast. Okay. Some of you guys are just catching up with each other here. I agree with Aaron here. A beard should not be too manicured. I mean, it should look like you take care of it, right? Should look like you take care of it. Like it should look intentional, but yeah, sometimes it can look a little too coiffed, and I don't like that. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, here's a really nice more like medium-sized beard. That is what see this guy, he does it right. It almost looks AI, doesn't it? Almost looks AI, but his cheek line is not trimmed. It's not the clearest picture in the world. It's a little the resolution is really low, but you can tell he does not trim the cheek line here. It looks very, very natural. This is kind of like what we're talking about, Aaron. I mean, it should look like you intentionally take care of it, but natural at the same time. That's a great look. Mm. This is too much. Too much. Couldn't do it. Mm-mm. No, not for me. Oh, that's nice. That is really, really nice right there. I love the shape of that because it does come out a little bit, but it doesn't flare. And he's rounded off the corners just nice. Perfectly level. The colors in the beard are nice. You see how he's got the color coming right down from the middle of his lip, bottom lip, coming streaming down. That is wonderful. You know, I see stuff like this, and that's when I go, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing with my beard. Could grow back out bigger, might keep it short. Just never know." So this guy right here, I've been following him too. Oh yeah, this is Kern Fox. He's got a lot of pictures on his Instagram. Just here, let's go to it real quick. Yeah, he's in pretty good shape too. But okay, I saw more than I wanted to see. I had no idea that this is where it was going. Sorry about that. That was gross. Yeah, man. Good lord. Keep it clean, dude. Ugh. I didn't know he was showing it off for that reason. I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit. Yeah. Ah. Guys are talking pizza again. I think pizza gets brought up at least once every live stream. Aaron says you and George have the right idea in that you started with beer talk and gravitated to real human struggles and motivational talk. The difference is it's worked for George. It hasn't really worked so much for me. He has really grown his channel quite a bit, and it seems like my talking head videos are dying on the vine. Hmm. Yeah. Skip says OnlyFans for beards. I tease people. I tease women about having an OnlyFans page. But I mean, actually, someone could probably pull that off. To be honest with you, I don't know. You would attract all the wrong people. I can guarantee it. Wouldn't be fun. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Trey. I did not see that. I don't remember. Listen, I followed this guy on Instagram for a while. I don't remember ever seeing anything questionable before. So I don't know if this is a recent development for him or what, but yeah. Yeah, I didn't think I had that to worry about. Oh man. You know they used to say back in the 80s, grody to the max. Remember that? Oh my word. Yeah. I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out if it just hit me that there's what I was looking for earlier might be on the same page I was looking at earlier. Okay. So I'm going to get off the beard thing for a little bit. Here's something I saw. Here's something I saw. Wait a minute. I thought I shared the screen. Why is it not doing anything? Okay, these websites are really giving me a run for my money tonight. I was going to talk to you guys about a sausage vending machine. Okay, maybe it's doing it now. We will find out. Oh yeah, we are. We are doing it. Okay. And have you guys ever seen one of these before? And I'm not referring to the sausage that we probably saw a few minutes ago. Not that kind. No, no, but this is different. The the, uh, the sausage vending machine in Germany. Apparently, it's doing good business. And I saw this. And I said, I think I would. I could see definitely getting that if it's refrigerated. Obviously, hungry Germans craving a sausage in the dead of night are increasingly turning to vending machines for their bockwurst, and barbecue meats. Machines are booming outside German cities where shops are less likely to stay open for long hours, according to a survey by the German press agency. Especially in structurally weak rural areas, vending machine solutions are becoming increasingly popular. Would you buy your meat out of a vending machine? This stuff looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. There's a strong development towards the vending machine, which is used to deliver meat, milk, eggs, and other products to customers outside of core opening times. Well, I've speaking of Japan earlier, I've seen that they have all sorts of things in vending machines. So why not? Why not put sausage in there too? Although this is in Germany. Some butchers' vending machines sell 3 or 4 types of sausages and punnets of accompanying potato salad. So customers can buy all they need for a traditional hearty German feast. Others stock eggs, milk, butter, and fruit and vegetables, so all the kitchen essentials are available at any time. There are over 570,000 vending machines in Germany, but despite their popularity, they are expected to complement rather than replace traditional shops operating in areas where a shop may not be economically viable. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I can definitely see getting on board with that. And then, have you seen the videos of cats getting scared by cucumbers? Yeah. If you've never seen those videos, you need to go to YouTube and click on cats and cucumbers. And cats absolutely just wig out, totally spaz out when they turn around. They see they just go wild. And I asked my wife the other day. I said, "Have you tried the cucumber thing with the cats?" I don't remember what she said, but I don't think she has. But they're asking here on this site, why are cats scared of cucumbers? And they're basic. They can only theorize. That's all they can do. They can only speculate, and they say basically that it's because they might think they look like snakes, which are one of their predators. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What's also entertaining is the videos where the cats jump up on a countertop and there's aluminum foil. Our cats will not mess with anything in the sink if we put aluminum foil over it, but I've yet to see any of them just, like, totally go bonkers over it. Yeah, that's that story. I thought that was kind of interesting. And this story right here, Michigan woman receives a 100-year-old postcard in the mail. You hear about these things every once in a while, and it just kind of baffles me, astounds the imagination. When Brittany Keach checked her mailbox one morning this week, it was flooded with the usual junk. But atop the pile of miscellaneous flyers and bills sat something that caught her eye, a tattered and time-worn postcard. At first, I didn't think much of it other than it's old and interesting, said Keach, 30, of Belton, Michigan. But then I took a closer look. On further inspection, she spotted a faded green 1-cent George Washington stamp, postmarked October 29th, 1920. I wonder what that stamp would have been worth. She said she was shocked. On the front of the postcard is a Halloween illustration, including a black cat, pumpkins, a witch, an owl, and a broomstick, plus a play on words. Which would you rather be, a goose or a pumpkin head? As Keach deciphered the faded cursive on the postcard, which appeared to be addressed to a Mrs. Roy McQueen, she realized it was a letter from one family member to another. How does something like that get lost, recovered, and still sent? How? Ugh, man. That's pretty incredible. Have you ever had anything like that happen to you? Because I certainly have not. Man. Investigation into Domino's pizza driver filmed doing Willie. Hey, look, as long as my pizza is intact, I don't care. Don't care. As long as it's good, you can do all the wheelies you want. Oh, man. Frozen excrement dropped from plane crashes through house roof. That's not the first time I've heard of that. Mm, wow. There you go. The woman who shares her home with 1,100 cats? Oh, I'll tell you what. My wife would do that. Not with me here, she wouldn't, but I wouldn't be here. Well, that's just disturbing. Woman buys McDonald's meal for homeless man who wasn't homeless. Yeah, you never know, man, right? I mean, wow. All right, let's go back and look at some of these comments here. I haven't I haven't had a whole lot of time to prepare for the live stream tonight because I've been working long hours. So I kind of threw this all together at the kind of like at the last minute, last hour. And yeah, totally grody, dude. Yeah. Yeah. You're right, Twitch. I am surprised at what makes it onto Instagram. I really am. For all the PC stuff they tried to push for so long, I'm amazed at what makes it through. Trey says he canceled his Facebook and Instagram several months ago. Too much life drama. Yeah. Too much. There's a lot of ingenuous or disingenuous posting. Boss CQC, welcome. Glad to have you here, Greg. Been a follower for a little while. Great to see you live. Well, great to be seen live, or maybe it's great just to be seen alive. You know. uh, uh, my dog is terrified of the vacuum cleaner. Goes crazy, barking and trying to attack it. we've had a couple dogs like that too. I don't it's hard to tell if they're just trying to play or if they're really trying to be aggressive sometimes. All I know is I wouldn't want to be the vacuum cleaner. Um, oh, Aaron says, "What is your favorite George Bruno beard tip?" Mine's the analogy to the wispiness of a short broom to a long broom. Mm, yeah, I think what you're referring to is um, when he was talking about these guys who cut straight across or straight in, and there's no natural flow to the beard anymore. So it looks like one of these short brooms, as opposed. Yeah, I think that's what you're referring to. I remember that. Um, he's got a lot of good tips. Of course, he's known for saying you can't trim your way to a big beard, which is true. But yeah, he's got a lot of really good tips. I don't know which one's my favorite. Um, he he's he often said that you should not trim the cheek line, which I always did. I always trimmed my cheek line, but this time around, I am not trimming my cheek line, and I'm actually liking the way it looks. So I'm trying it his way, but I don't have one favorite tip because even though I really liked his beard and everything, I was more into his videos of Beards Without Borders, where he sits in his backyard and he just kind of smokes his cigar or drinks his drink and chews the fat, you know? It was so casual, so relaxing, which I would love to do, but I don't have to set up for it right now. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. What time is it? It is 10:12. So next Tuesday night, my youngest son is graduating from high school. Our last our last child in school. So he's graduating next Tuesday night. I may do the live stream. I may do it Monday night, or I might bump it up to Wednesday. Not sure, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see about that. I'm not sure where that's going yet, but Tuesday night's going to be full up. I won't be available then, and you know, not that I have to make it up, but I enjoy doing these. I like, it's something for me to look forward to. It's a reason for me to stay somewhat consistent with something. And so, quite frankly, doing doing the live streams has made me think differently about how I might want to make regular videos. So we'll see where that goes. Aaron says he enjoys the backyard videos. I like making them out there. The only problem I have is one time. I don't really have a lot of time to do it, and usually when I'm making those backyard videos, I'm like humping it trying to get it done, and because I only have a certain amount of time before I have to go to work. The other issue I have is that time in the morning, the sun is like right in my line of sight, and then the other challenge is long crews. Long crews are always showing up, and someone starts up a weed eater, a blower, a lawnmower, and you just can't win. So Trey is asking me, "How did your work photo shoot go the other day?" It went fine. It lasted maybe all of 10 minutes. I had to go in to work 3.5 hours early for 10 minutes. I mean, they're paying me overtime, so I don't care, but it was just kind of weird. I'm glad they did the photo shoot though, because the last one they did was probably nearly 20 years ago. And I got a picture of me where I don't know how to find it, but yeah. Are you and your wife looking forward to being empty nesters? I am. She's not. I don't know very many women that are looking forward to it. Most women want to keep their kids around, and most men want their kids to leave home. And it's not that we just want them to be gone, we want them to grow up. be independent and learn about the ways of the world and how to survive in it and how to take care of yourself. But you know, with with women, it's they just want them to stick around forever, and I don't think it's healthy. So she's not looking forward to. I am. The way it's going, though, I don't even know if that's going to happen anytime soon. A little aggravating. A little aggravating. Aaron's asking if I put my iPhone on a tripod. Well, no, most of the time when I'm making videos out there, I am using my Osmo Pocket 3 because I don't have a good microphone for the iPhone. And I have a wireless microphone for my Pocket 3. And the Pocket 3 just has a much better picture in my opinion. So I use that. I use that most of the time. Every once in a great while I'll use my iPhone. And iPhone has a good camera, but what I don't like about iPhone is that you don't if you're going to use the rear facing camera, the good camera, you don't have any way of seeing yourself. So it's always hard to know. I mean, I'm talking about when you're set up outside. So you could put a mirror behind the phone and everything, but you shouldn't have to do that. I don't know why they don't come out with some kind of viewfinder on the back of the phone so that you can see yourself, just so you can know where you are in the frame. That's what they need to do. That's one of the problems I have with them. Am I frozen? Am I frozen, guys? Okay. Can you hear me? Leave a comment in the box if you can hear me. Because it looks like my end. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. So is the picture frozen? Oh, man. I am frozen. Okay. Well, what do I do about this? Hold on. Okay. So you can probably see the comments changing on the screen, right? Let me see if I can, if I, no, I want to add the scene. I wonder if that will do anything. That's weird. Wonder why that is happening. Let me try to remove that. And then I'm going to add it again. It's still not doing anything. Wow. I broke the internet. Yep, you're right. I probably did. I probably did. Well, anyway, um, yeah. In Florida, it's hard to get frozen too. It's always so hot down here, but it doesn't stop the screen from doing that. Let me remove this. Here we are. That's kind of aggravating. Well, let me answer Alex's question here. Well, I'm thinking of a way to rectify this. Alex says, "Hello, Greg and everyone. I have one question. How long should you grow out your beard in order, 1 month or longer, in order to try to fill in a patchy beard?" Well, I don't know that you can really just fill it in. But it depends on how patchy it is. Uh, Several months of growth might very well do it. 2 months growth, maybe 2 months growth would give you about a half an inch. 4 months growth would give you an inch. Um, so think about that. That might give you some idea. So Twitch says, "Congrats to your son. Our oldest graduates Wednesday. The next year, our son. And then it'll be a while for the last two, and you're frozen." Wow, that is so wonderful. I mean, wonderful on both accounts. Wonderful that your kids are graduating. uh, yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, and at least it's not a At least it's yeah, it looks like I'm in deep thought, Nathan, doesn't it? Oh, oh well. Yeah, at least it didn't find me in a more compromising pose, like I making a funny face or something, but that's the way it goes, I guess. So I guess I might end the broadcast here because I just can't seem to get that figured out. I tried removing the scene and that didn't work. Hmm. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna try one last thing, guys. Bear with me. I'm gonna put this up here. I'm actually gonna turn my camera off and then turn it back on. And add that to the scene. And I looks like I'm back. Okay. All right. We are back in business. That's what I've never experienced that before. Thanks for sticking around though, guys, because oh man, I feel like it has not gone smoothly tonight. My article that I was going to use for my main topic disappeared. Nathan said, I think Nathan was trying to say, figure it out. Said, figure it out. Well, no, maybe you did say that on purpose. I don't know. That my mind does not necessarily go to the best places when I hear that. So that is funny. Reboot. Um, yeah, Aaron, you're right. You said the patchy beard questions are always interesting to me because all we can really do is wait and see what happens. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. I mean, and just knowing that, um, basically, like I said, uh, uh, yeah, I think I misquoted before. I think I said 4 months would be about an inch. No, 2 months. 2 months of growth without any kind of trimming will give you a 1 inch beard. Okay, so if you could go for 2 months, that'd be a good default position to find out whether your patchiness is going to fill in or not. And also, the other thing is your age might make a difference. When you're younger, like say you're in your early 20s, late teens, early 20s, it's very common to have a patchy beard, and think to yourself, it's never going to fill in. And then it somehow or another just all of a sudden sprouts and takes off, and your problem is gone. So, yeah. Nathan said, patchy beard question led to a patchy stream. Somehow it knows. It just knows. Gonna shut me down. Everyone's patchy beard is different, says Trey. That's true. That's absolutely true. And I've found out that here's the thing, wherever your beard is at in terms of growth, I just think that you don't really have as much to worry about as you think. I think you should just rock whatever you have and be happy with it. It just change. It does change over time quite a bit. Yeah, I agree, Aaron. Many guys with patchy beards that look awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I think we all want what we don't have, and we all think that something's wrong if everything doesn't look uniform on both sides of the face, or if it doesn't look like somebody else's beard, or we just want something else bad enough. I say just want what you have. Just change what you want what you have, and I different seasons of your life are going to yield different results. And I think most older guys would tell you that. You know, the colors change, the growth pattern change, the texture of the hair changes, everything changes. That's one guarantee. I can say that. Hmm. Well, at least I learned something tonight. Aaron's asked me if I have business class internet bandwidth. because buffering often does this. Uh, no, no, I have, well, I have Frontier, and I upgraded my service to where it's not the very best, but I don't really need the highest, service that they provide, or the I don't need the very best high tier service that they have. I got what was kind of needed on my level, but so far, ever since I've upgraded my service with Frontier, I've had relatively no problems. I think this was just a camera issue tonight. I think the camera itself froze up. I don't think it had anything to do with the software on the program that I'm using for the streaming. It was just the camera. First time I've encountered that. So I really don't have much to complain about. Oh no, you make a good point, Aaron. I think a patchy beard is the root of all these different beard styles that have come about. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's a good point. I never really thought about that way. Yeah, yeah. It might have gotten too hot. Let me see. Let me touch it. Well, here's the thing. I usually go like 2 hours every time, and it doesn't feel hot to the touch. Not like my other cameras do. But it doesn't mean it's not a factor. I didn't even give it a thought. Humans are incredibly adaptable. I guess we better be, or else, right? Oh man. So, Aaron, did you ever order any of those books that we talked about last week? Great Cholesterol Myth. I forgot. Here's the book. Here's the book I mentioned last live stream a couple nights ago. The Great Cholesterol Myth. That was the one of them. I forgot to share with you a couple of other books that I'm reading. One is on my Kindle, so I can't really show that to you because it's all just digital, you know. But the other two I can. I'm rereading this one called Isaac's Storm. It's about the hurricane that hit Galveston, Texas in 1900, and the trouble with the reporting or the predictions of that hurricane. They should have known it was coming, but a lot of egos got in the way. And it's a really good story written by Eric Larson, and he has written some other really good books that I've enjoyed a lot. One on Lusitania. I like that one a lot. Can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Dead Wake. Really, really good book. And then I picked up another book called Tolstoy Selected Stories. And I have never read Anna Karenina. I've never read War and Peace. I want to, but I wanted to find out if I actually like the way he writes before I did that. So I thought, short stories by Tolstoy might be good. If I like it, I'll get his other books. And I absolutely love the way Tolstoy writes. Really love it. He's tremendously good writer. I mean, he's kind of like the perfect writer. Everything I'm reading, I love his stuff. Easy to understand. I love his thought process, and I'm kind of hooked. Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure how to say your name. Is it Hardershan Ruprai? I'm probably butchering that, aren't I? But thank you for being here. Some days I really feel like shaving off my beard. Other days I love it. Is this something that you go through? Is starting to become an annoying internal battle? Yeah, I do. I mean, it's not always that extreme. Let me kind of move my camera a little bit. It's not always quite that extreme. Sometimes, I mean, I've gone stages where, yeah, I thought about just shaving it off altogether, and I have done it, obviously. But I have all sorts of feelings about my beard, and I think that my feelings were much more acute the bigger it was. But even to this day, I even at this stage, I still think, do I want to cut it shorter? Do I want it close to the face? because I just enjoy wearing it all different ways. I can't imagine it keeping it one way. Maybe that's what you're struggling with. Is it's not so much that you don't want to keep it. It might be because you just like change, and maybe you haven't identified it as that. But yeah, I do understand that. I do understand that some days you do love it. Some days it's annoying. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think what happens is we start thinking about it too much, and then it becomes a preoccupation. And I don't know about you, but I feel like when I do that, I think, man, there's something wrong with me. Like, why am I thinking about that much? It's just hair. And it makes me feel somewhat vain, you know? Nathan's asking me, what length is your chin beard hair? Well, if you're talking to me, Nathan, it's right now it's 18 millimeters. 18 millimeters. Nathan's telling our viewer that he feels his pain too. Yeah, I think it's common. I think it's absolutely common to feel that way. Um, oh, good. Wade's still here. He says, I agree. I think the variety of beard shapes, sizes, thicknesses, etc., is interesting. Yeah, yeah. I just can't imagine keeping it one way. It's just fun trying all sorts of things. You hear these guys say, "I'm never cutting my beard. I'm never no clippers, no scissors, no nothing's ever going to touch my beard." I'm like, man, that's kind of boring. I mean, kind of the whole point is to is it's I don't use my beard to identify myself. I use it as an accessory. He's telling Nathan, thanks for the solidarity. Oh yeah, man, there's a lot of commonalities here. So Wade, you read Isaac Storm last summer. Yeah, I don't remember when I read it for the first time. But have you ever read any of Eric Larson's other books? Because Dead Wake is really, really good. He also wrote one on Marconi. He wrote one on oh oh, I think it was H. Holmes, the serial killer. I think it was him that wrote that. Devil he wrote one about the Nazis. I can't remember what they're all called. I have to have them right in front of me, but yeah. Aaron says his beard is around 15 inches. Okay. I actually thought it would have been longer than that. But oh, I tell you what though, one of the things I like about Tolstoy is when you look at pictures of him, this is him in the front. Look at that beard. That's called a patriarchal beard. Patriarchal beard. That's something that you can remember. It's kind of a cool way of thinking about it. Aaron says, yes, thank you, Greg. The beard is an accessory for learning and styling. Ah. Trey says, mine gets thin at the bottom over time due to shedding. I believe so. About every 3 months, I trim an inch or two just off just the bottom. Yeah. And judging from your picture, it does look like you have a nice, healthy, long beard. And you get a point where I imagine you would have to do that to keep up with it. Because I'm sure it probably, yeah, like you said, thins out the bottom. Yeah, it comes a point where you just have to do that, I think, if you want to keep it looking optimal. Hmm. Let me see. When's it coming through here? Um, you said it might be as it has been a while since I have measured. Yeah. Aaron, do you make YouTube videos very often? Honestly, I don't remember seeing them, but I've got to go back and check. The problem I have is that one of the problems one of the things I don't like about YouTube is that you can look at something one time and they'll forever suggest that kind of a video to you forever after. Well, I say forever after, until you click on something else and you're like, man, I only wanted to see something one time. And I hate it when I accidentally click on something that I had no intention of clicking on. And then you're subjected to that again. But I guess there's an option for that. There is a clickable option for uh, making sure that doesn't happen. Trey Dunn says Dan C calls it a transparency trim. Yeah, and I think that Trey, is the transparency more obvious when the beard is white as opposed to when it's darker? Like, no. Wait, this sounds like I need to read more of Eric Larson's books. Yeah, that one on H. Holmes. It's a tie between that one and the one about the Lusitania that are my favorites. I think Isaac Storm might have been his first one. I don't think it's his best one, but it is good. It's just not his best one, but I love his other books. Yeah, Trey says that's how Dan C maintains his beard in a transparency trim. Yeah, because Dan's beard is at that length where, you know, in my opinion, it doesn't really need to get much bigger. I mean, it's up to him, it's his beard, but you are going to start running into like that where what are they? I don't think that's what they mean when they refer to terminal growth, but uh, I think at that point your beard is starting to struggle to look good at that length. Yeah. Okay. So you said maybe so. Maybe the white ones are a little more transparent, but the dark ones get it too. Yeah, they absolutely do. Absolutely. Uh, I don't think my beard ever got quite that long. He said I really like wearing dark shirts. The contrast, I'm sure, is nice. Hmm. Not often, no, but I do have quite a few not shared publicly because I am not confident with them. Okay. Talking about your videos. Okay. So I do have quite a few not shared publicly. Okay. Yeah, I think I do remember clicking on your channel. And I think if I'm thinking right, I think some of the ones I looked at were a little bit older. I do want to share more publicly though. Do you have any video suggestions? Well, I don't really know what you like. I mean, I don't know you well enough to make suggestions unless you're talking about not so much particular kinds of content, but maybe in terms of confidence or technique, setting up the camera. Maybe that's what you're referring to. Yeah, Trey Dunn says, I think the dark shirts show the beard better. Yeah, I think you really have to think if you're going to have a bigger beard, you really have to think carefully about what you're going to wear in terms of how your beard's going to look. Dennis, thanks for being here, man. Dennis Boone says, do you use heated beard brushes? I have used a heated beard brush maybe less than 5 times or less. I don't like them that much. I thought I was going to, but I just don't. I don't like the way they. I just don't think they're good for the beard. I just don't. I don't think they do as good of a job as what a lot of these bearded YouTubers say. I think that they're over-reporting the performance of the heated beard brush. But some guys they swear by it. Some guys it really works really well. Maybe it's just me. I don't think they've ever really done a great job on my beard. I just don't like how it turns out at all. Um, so you're asking, do you get recognized when you're out and about? Do your neighbors realize that they're living next to a legend? No, they don't realize they're living next to a legend because they're not living next to a legend. But uh, no, I have gotten recognized. I have gotten recognized. I've had people come up to me, not very often, and it's very. Here's the thing. I don't mind. I mean, I'm not shy. I'm kind of an outgoing guy. I'm not shy at all. I mingle very well, but I never think about getting recognized out in public. It never crosses my mind. So mentally, I'm never prepared for it. And so when somebody comes up to me and they say, "Aren't you Greg Boswell, the guy who does the beard?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." Like, they're like, "Oh wow, yeah." I'm like, I'm not a big deal. I'm not a big deal at all, man. But it is funny. And I'm thinking, man, why do I feel so uncomfortable? I never feel uncomfortable around people for anything. It's just that it hits me out of the blue, and I feel like they're overestimating my value. And it's just funny to me. Listen, if they appreciate what they're watching and it makes them feel that way, it makes me feel good. I think the first time it happened, I was in Publix, one of our grocery stores down here, and I was in line and I saw a man walking with his kids. He had a grocery cart walking down one of the aisles headed toward my cart, and he kept looking at me, and I looked over at him, and I did that a couple times. He just kinda, like, locked onto me, and he walks right up to me. He goes, "You have a YouTube channel, don't you? You're Greg Boswell." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like he thought that was great. I think the next time it happened, I was, at a gas station. I was pumping gas, and the other guy pulls up, and he has 2 young girls with him, 2 young daughters, and he's, like, all excited. He's like, "Are are you Greg Boswell?" I'm like, "Yeah." "I told my daughters that's who you were." And they're like he's like, "Yeah, this is him, this is it." It was just so funny to me. I'm like, I don't know how to act. I don't know how to act. But, he was getting a big kick out of it, and I think his girls were getting a kick out of their dad, acting that way. It was just kind of funny to me, and then I was in BioLife one time, and I was trying to get a problem taken care of at the front desk, and one of the other donors came up to me, and he says, "Hey," he's real calm about it. He's like, "Hey, I watched your videos on YouTube." I'm like, "Oh, wow." And he was real quiet about it. And I felt bad because I was trying to take care of business right there, and I was getting interrupted. I felt like I spent no time with him. I felt obligated to, like, be, nice to him and everything. I've never seen the guy since then. At Bot Tower, one of my viewers, he came up to me, him and the woman he was with at times, he told me he watches my videos, and I talked to him for quite a while. And, where else? Where else has that happened? It's happened a couple of other times too. What's really weird, guys, is when is when people that come up to you in front of other people, and they're like, "Hey, he's got a YouTube channel." Like, for instance, at work, if this happens at work, like, let's say we have a big citywide meeting, and somebody comes up to me and they're like, "Hey, did you know he has a YouTube channel?" I'm like, It's not a big deal. It's just it's kind of funny. Other people, I actually don't want people that I know to watch my videos. I don't want them to know. I don't want to watch them because I feel like you get that imposter syndrome, where I don't know. You feel like everyone's gonna like point you out and tell everybody you're not really like that. So it's kind of odd, but yeah, I mean, I really took a long time to answer that question, didn't I? It just gave me something to talk about, I guess. Um, oh man. So if Dan C's beard does not need to be long, it should. Then is that his wife? Are you talking about his wife? I don't know his wife's name. If that's who you're referring to, I don't know. Or maybe you're referring to somebody else. I have no idea. Uh, Aaron says, "Can you hold that last book you held up?" Was it the Tolstoy book? Oh, ah, there we go. Is it this one? Tolstoy's Selected Stories? If it's a different one, let me know. Yeah, I'm really liking the way he writes. Uh, Aaron says, Greg Boswell, the legend. Yeah, social media fame is weird for sure. It is because it's like, well, I'm not. People do treat you like you're a celebrity, but you're really not. I mean, it's all in their head. We have this idea of what we think people must be like, and they always, you've heard before. And I'm not a hero, so don't think this is what I'm saying. But they always say you should never meet your heroes, and I think it's one of the things that it makes it a little nerve-wracking for me, 'cause I'm like, what if people meet me? Not that I'm a hero, I'm not saying that, but what if people meet me and they realize, "Oh, I really don't like this guy." Because you hear about stuff like that. I mean, what's not to like about me, right? So, don't ask my wife that. She'll give you a laundry list of plenty of things to not like about me. And what does she know? Oh, so You live in England. You're the third viewer I've had tonight from England, and you were part of the reason I grew out my beard. So thank you. Oh, that's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Well, just hear it from me, man. That if you want to cut it off, cut it off. If you want to just cut it shorter, cut it shorter. If you want to grow it out longer, grow it out longer. Do what you want to do. Don't box yourself in. You know, somewhere along the line, you're gonna develop an idea of what you really like, and I if you're like me, you just don't want to get stuck style. Uh, I don't. I really like the length my beard is at right now, but I think I do want it bigger. But I wouldn't be surprised if I turn around tomorrow and cut it a lot shorter. I just never know. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. It's just a common feeling that people have, unless you're one of these guys who's just diehard about it. So, I think it was Wade I asked earlier. I can't remember who I asked, Wade or Aaron, if you guys ordered any of the books I mentioned last time. I need to add the Tolstoy book onto that list, and maybe Isaac Storm in my description. Even that book that I'm reading called, I think it's called Tibetan Foothold by Dervla Murphy. That's good too, but that's on my Kindle, so I don't have it to hold up. But it is a good book. All right. Well, it looks like we are closing in on. Well, it's about 10:45 right now. You guys have any other questions or comments? Let me see. Trying to find if there's anything else I want to point out. Is there any other beards we want to look at before we get off of here? Oh man, I do. I like spending time just going through these though. It just gives me all sorts of ideas. Um, Another really good one. Man, that is a nice beard. See, I think it's mostly the mustaches that I like though, because I can't ever get mine to well, I mean, I guess I could. I don't have the patience to grow my mustache out like that. And that's a cool look too. What else are we gonna find here? Yeah, I like this, but so his look at his cheek line. It's so clean. And mine, I used to do mine like that too, but everybody kept telling me that my beard looked fake because it looked like it was not fake, but they would say it looked like I had like glued my beard on for that reason. And now I'm starting to kind of understand that a little bit. This kind of has a Hemingway type look to him right here. Um, this is another picture that looks kind of AI and kind of real. But I like that that beard is very natural looking, which is awesome. And the reason why I wonder if it's AI because it looks like the same exact guy, right? That's a shorter beard. That's a nice beard. Of course, here's the thing, guys. You got to remember is that some of these guys you see on here are models, or they're absolutely models, and they know how to make it look good, and they kind of make you feel bad about your own beard, and you can't let that get to you. You really can't. Can't compare yourself to them. This is one I have seen for a long time. That's another nice long beard. I tell you what, I'm still kind of upset about that article I was going to share with you guys. I actually included in the title and just disappeared. Okay, here's that. Look how set apart that mustache is. That's pretty much nearly the perfect beard right there. That mustache is so even. It is so symmetrical. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a nice beard. Not too big, not too short. I actually would like to get a beard trim by the guy who did my beard the other time, and he has a YouTube channel, like I said, and I've talked to him. I said, "Hey, listen, could we make a YouTube video?" He's like, "Yeah, we could absolutely do it." But it's been a couple years. Been a couple years since I talked to him, and I don't know how well he's done. I need to look him up again because he was not health wise. He was not doing well. I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, yeah. Okay, so the barber's got a kind of a cool look going on himself with that hat and that beard, but that's a pretty cool trim he gave him. Hmm. Anyway, well, let's see. Probably I'm probably getting close to being done. Trey says, I agree with your current link. Looking good for you. Longer would look great too. Thank you, Trey. Appreciate it. We'll find out what happens here. Aaron says, well, people say that we are our own worst critics, but in reality is our wives our worst critics. um, my wife never says anything about my beard. She never criticizes me about my beard. Other women will. That hasn't happened in a while either, though. I'd have to say that I really am my own worst critic. I see every flaw, and I know how much work goes into grooming a beard before you take a picture, and how much wishing that I do after I'm done that it would just stay that way. And it's just, I don't know. Part of the reason why I was hating the bigger beard was because I was starting to feel very vain. I was thinking about it way too much. My wife absolutely hates my beard, but that's okay. I know a couple guys with bigger beards, and their wives say they hate them, and I don't know. My wife never says anything about it. I mean, she'll tell me if it looks good. Don't get me wrong, but she never tries to talk me into doing anything with it one way or the other. It's kind of a hands-off thing with her, which I appreciate. Um, well, I don't know which one you're talking about, Trey, but I have to go back and look because going through them kind of fast. Yeah, some of them are too faded. I agree. Yeah, I think they're trying to keep them current with the haircut at the same time. In fashion, it is contrast that creates fashionable outfits. With beards, the contrast is between the mustache and the beard. Yeah. Yeah, comparison is a thief of joy. Who's credited with saying that first? Was it Theodore Roosevelt? I think a couple people have have been credited with that, but I seems like I heard that it was like Theodore Roosevelt or something. Hard to say. How much did you pay for your copy of Tolstoy's Selected Stories? I paid $5.97. God, books a million. Oh, so you were referring to the wives being generally critical. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can be. You just have to ignore it. Like, you can't even act like you hear it. Mm, I just try not to respond to negativity. Mm, so you said we should remember to take care of our health and fitness to make our beards look their best, I think. Well, they say that exercise, getting regular exercise helps. A lot of sweating, a lot of drinking a lot of water, eating the right foods. I don't know how many of those boxes I check off as often. I have a feeling I see. I'm not anal retentive, so well, not about that at least. But yeah, I tend, you see all these videos about growing a beard and all the things you should do to make it look good, and I think I don't do any of that stuff. But I do think staying hydrated helps a lot, you know, and I don't know. I'm not really sure. I just let my beard do its thing, and I don't think about it much beyond that. Oh, did I already show this comment? Might have. Well, yeah, I am feeling tired. I'm glad that Friday is right around the corner. I'm glad it's right around the corner, man. Because I need some rest. Although I got to work a little bit Saturday, just a little bit. I know I should drink more water. I tried, Trey. I tried doing the whole gallon of water a day thing. I try that from time to time. I like what it does for me, but I don't like peeing all the time. I just it that kind of gets on my nerves. Aaron's saying that is true. Comparisons can and do rob us from joy, since one man's treasure is another man's treasure, right? Mm. That would probably help me with shedding. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I've never really thought about it before. I mean, Dan C might know. He does a lot of research on stuff, and he seems to know a lot about a lot. Aaron's saying it's already Friday in Japan. So, yeah, Aaron, I watch a YouTuber called Action Kid, and he's over. I think he's in Hong Kong right now, which I know is not Japan, but he's over in Hong Kong. And then I watch some others that go to Korea. I'm talking about Americans and Canadians. You go to Korea, and they're always posting their videos with the days in it, and they're like a day ahead of us all the time. It's kind of funny to me. It's kind of weird. I had to think about it and go, man, are they really that far ahead? Yeah, it's almost 4 a.m. in here. That's true. Because it's funny because we had a viewer named Stanley that started on this live stream a couple hours ago, and he said it was almost 2 a.m. at that time. So yeah, it would be 4 a.m. there. And then who's the other one? Um, yeah, yeah. Dan C says drinking lots of water is very important. I think he does drink a lot of water. I mean, he's done it on some of his live streams. It's been a long time since I've seen his live streams, but yeah, yeah. Hong Kong is not even actually China. Well, isn't it connected though? I mean, I didn't it. Don't they own Hong Kong now though? I can't remember. I thought it was actually connected, like land wise. I haven't looked at a map in a while of that. I haven't looked at a map of that in a while, so I'm not really sure. Makes me think I should do that. Maybe maybe I'll look it up while I'm sitting here. Let me go to maps. Um, because I'm really curious now. I don't doubt you, but I do kind of want to become familiar with it. There we go. Okay, share this tab instead. I don't want that. Okay, hold on. Oh, add to scene. Here we go. Let me go back to that and do this. Hold on. Let me just zoom in on it. Find out what's going on. I'm gonna get this bigger screen. Get rid of that. So yeah, this map looks a little weird to me. It doesn't look like the normal Google Maps. But I mean, it does look like it is connected land-wise to China. But I think are you talking about ownership or what? I'm not really sure. I'm not really that familiar with all that over there. I have no expertise in that whatsoever. All right. So, yeah, I'm curious about that. I don't think I'd want to live in Hong Kong. I don't really have much of a desire to go to Hong Kong. I would want to visit China. I would want to live there, but I am intrigued by their big cities. They're just some of them are so elaborate, but I'm also very skeptical of the building material, the quality of everything put together there, because I've heard some stories and a lot. Well, in fact, there's a few channels I watch where they're Americans who are very familiar with China and with Hong Kong, and they'll tell you that it's just a matter of time before everything comes crumbling, literally crumbling down over there. And I just would hate to be there. Okay, so Aaron's saying here, yeah, geographically is a close island. Oh, okay, a close island to China, but controlled by Great Britain. Still, really, it is a bit confusing because it always goes back and forth. Okay, maybe that's why I'm confused. I didn't think Great Britain had control of it anymore, but I don't. Like I said, I don't know much about it. I just would not want to live there. I've seen enough of that there to know that. Aaron, Twitch says Aaron for sure. Sorry for delayed response. Clean up a bit after work. Okay, so that has nothing to do with me. Oh, okay. So, Aaron, I didn't realize you were in the Navy. So you pulled into Hong Kong a few times and you were out on active duty in the Navy. Okay, learn a little bit more about you, and then Trey says he would be very afraid to travel abroad. I used to think that I would, but I don't think that so much anymore. But I get why people would feel that way. And I could be a bit naive too, seriously, about that. I was watching a video one time about a guy who travels abroad quite a bit. He said the best time to go visit some of these countries that are typically thought of as being hostage right after a terrorist attack, because the security is amped up so much that very rarely does anything happen again for a very long time, and everything's really cheap. And I don't know. I still wouldn't do it, but that's what he said. Okay, Alessandro Duran, welcome into the chats. Hi everyone, wishing you all a great night. It's a pleasure to be here with this amazing community. Greetings from the Dominican Republic. Now we're starting to rake in people from different areas. That's pretty nice, from Dominican Republic. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Aaron says he's confused as well. There you go. Oh, now you show up, Gary. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. I'll allow it. So, oh, that's fine. That's fine. See, Aaron says water has been, is, and always will be an important daily beverage. Yeah, I try to drink more and more of it as I've gotten older. I've started drinking a lot more water when I'm not drinking, Mike's Hard Lemonade. Mm. Oh, all right. Swallowed wrong. Excuse me. I do that from time to time. I don't want to hear any of my excuses why I was late. Oh man. Well, nice of you to show up, Gary, even though it's like way too late. I mean, I'm about to end the show here, and everything went wrong. If you'd been here, things would have gone a little bit smoother, I'm sure. But I don't know. Hey, that's the way you want to be, man. Uh, he's gonna get a rib nut tonight now. I mean, he's showing up. You showed up just in time, Gary, for the floggings to begin. Jeffrey's bearded. Welcome in, Jeffrey. I saw you the other night on True North Beard Company's live stream. I stayed in there for a little bit. I saw you pop up there. Aaron saying, "Don't cough up a lung over there." So we had a meeting. We had a meeting, city meeting the other day, and while we were there, one of the guys started choking on his pizza. He didn't know that's what was going on. He started walking to the front of the room towards the teacher, and the guy who was teaching the class, he used to be a paramedic and a firefighter, and so this guy, he knew that this guy Jimmy could help him, so he walked. A lot of other people could have helped him too. I don't know why he didn't just take the help of the aid of one of his coworkers, but he walked straight to the front of the room. He's like clapping his hands. It looked really aggressive. Nobody knew what was going on. We thought, somebody make him mad or something. He walks up to him. He's like pointing to his neck, and Jimmy's like, "Are you choking?" And the guy's like, yeah. So he had to give him the Heimlich maneuver twice. And that's the first time I've ever seen one done in person like that. But yeah, Gary, you're Mark Tardy. Oh man, he's gonna have to sit in the corner with a dunce cap on now. Oh, oh. So Gary says Greg isn't giving a good advertisement why that drink doesn't go down smooth. I guess. I get they won't be calling me for any kind of a sponsorship anytime soon, I'm sure. Oh man. You always got to show your finer self in these live streams. I mean, that's what happens, when you do a live stream, you have to accept whatever you say, whatever comes out of your mouth, whatever happens, you just have to accept it because you can't there's no do-overs. There's no editing. That's kind of what I like about it. And I kind of like that factor. You just because you I don't know. You don't even try. You don't even try to be polished. It just happens. It's pretty nice though. If I could get away with it, I would do nothing but live streams. Honestly, it's just relaxing. It's fun. It's fun to hang out, and you guys give me ideas all the time. So hope you guys enjoyed the looking at the pictures on Instagram of all these different kinds of beards. It's fun. To me, it's fun looking through them. Gary says you look like you started choking after taking a sip. I was like, I don't want to try that stuff. It's not, yeah, Mike's Hard Lemonade. This is the soft stuff, man. This is this is nothing. I mean, I could see doing that if I was drinking like moonshine or something, but I'm a lightweight. I'm a lightweight. I am not a seasoned alcoholic. So I, and I never will be. So yeah. Oh well. All right. Oh man, I'm already way past the time I thought I would be here. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and quit tonight. I do appreciate you sticking around, hanging out, and yeah, I guess I'm gonna go back and change the title to my live stream. I can't. It was a weird night. I think it was because I didn't have a lot of time to prepare anything, and then random things just happened. True North Beard Company's here. Oh, okay. What's happening? Well, I'm getting ready to end the live stream, but that's what's happening. I just got through choking on my Mike's Hard Lemonade. That happened, and some things were kind of embarrassing, but that's the story of my life, and that's just the way it's going to have to go, I guess. So anyway, oh, all right, guys. I think I'm gonna head out of here, and like I said, I won't be able to do this next Tuesday night, but I'm gonna make up for it on Sunday night, Monday night, or something like that. And Greg's gonna get put on punishment by his wife running over. She did just make an appearance. She just walked in the room for something. I don't know why. I think she's gonna feed the dog, but yeah, maybe put on run. He's gonna be put on punishment by his wife for running over. Greg, I told you to be in bed by 11. You were gone for 2 weeks. Oh, she wishes she had that kind of power. You know what? It's my job to disappoint her, and I do it well. I mean, really, if you want to know, if you want some pointers, I can give them to you because she'll tell you nobody does it like I do. The disappointment part, that is, probably on every level. But anyway, all right, guys, I've had fun, and we'll. I don't know. I'll probably do this again in a couple days. I'll try to keep you posted. I'll try to give you a lot more notice than I did before. I don't know what I was getting ready to say, but the choking really uh, took it all out of me, I guess. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Gary, Greg is tough when she is in the room. Listen, I know which I know which battles to wage, and none of the hills are worth dying on. And I just oh, but she has a pretty good sense of humor. She really does. She has a really funny sense of humor, which you guys would see if she ever came on this live stream. You guys would see that she'd probably have you cracking up quite a bit. But I told her last time after I got off the live stream, I said, guys are asking questions. They want to know what your favorite horror movie is. They want to see you. Um, you know, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to get her on here one night. You'll find out, and you can tell her all the things I've been saying, but she already knows. So, uh, but all right. All right, so I'm going to let you go. I'm just looking at these other comments and seeing if I want to elaborate on them or not. But it's a good time for me to get off of this thing now. And like I said, I'll be back in a couple days. I'll give you more of a notice. And I do appreciate you sticking around, hanging out. Okay, I got one more here. One more, Gary. I'll do it just for you, man. I'm just messing. She's probably like, stay on the live for as long as you want so I can watch my horror movie. You hit the nail on the head. That is exactly right. That that is like a line that comes straight from her mouth. You know her what? How do you know her so well? Do we need to talk? I'm getting a little suspicious. All right, guys. All right. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great night. Get some sleep. Stay safe. Good night.